According to Ukrainian officials, a girl and her mother were among the casualties of a Russian missile attack on Kyiv. 9 people were reportedly hurt and structures were damaged in the town of Shebekino, according to the governor of Russia's Belgorod district. Belgorod borders the Kharkiv region of Ukraine. The Ukrainian government is alleged to have used terrorist formations in 3 cross-border operations that were thwarted by Russia, according to the country's military ministry. Ukraine disputes the involvement of its armed forces in the incursions. A far-right paramilitary group of ethnic Russians supporting Ukraine called the Russian Volunteer Corps, RVC, uploaded photographs of fighters firing guns on social media and said that a second phase of invasions had started. According to a Washington, D.C.-based research group called the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, Russian military leaders likely gave the order for Chechen rebels to spearhead the battle in the Ukraine war. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head of the Wagner Group, decried the clowns in the Russian army in a recent video and declared that his mercenary soldiers would have a month off after departing Bakhmut on June 5. In April, a bombing at a cafe in St. Petersburg killed popular pro-war blogger Vladlen Tatarsky, and Russian officials indicated they were looking for a third suspect. At a summit in Moldova, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reaffirmed his request for his country to join NATO and the EU, but the security alliance remained divided. Zelensky claimed he discussed Ukraine's peace plan with President of the European Commission Ursula von der Leyen. Jens Stoltenberg, the head of NATO, stated that the organization was considering ways to improve Ukraine's non-member status within the organization and was putting up a framework for security commitments following the conclusion of the war. Although Turkey and Hungary continue to oppose Sweden's participation in NATO, U.S. President Joe Biden expressed confidence that the country will do so as soon as possible. Reiterating his nation's opposition to Russia's all-out invasion of Ukraine, Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva claimed he was attempting to maintain neutrality in order to mediate prospective peace negotiations. The Black Sea grain export agreement has once again been put on hold, according to Ukraine's Ministry of Renovation and Infrastructure, because Russia has barred ships from registering at any Ukrainian ports. According to a representative for the UN, Russia warned those in charge of the Black Sea grain agreement that it would restrict ship registration to the port of Pivdeniai in the Ukrainian province of Odessa until all parties agreed to open the route for Russian ammonia. The situation was described as very serious by spokesman Stefan Dujarric. Questions about whether Russian President Vladimir Putin will be detained if he attends the group summit in August overshadowed a BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, Conference of Foreign Ministers in South Africa. Canada's Foreign Ministry issued sanctions against politicians, businessmen, and oligarchs in Moldova because of their ties to Russia and to stop what it claims are Russian efforts to destabilize the region. In a statement, the U.S. Department of Defense announced that it would purchase Starlink, Elon Musk's satellite communications service, for Ukraine. Zelensky called on European leaders for a coalition of Patriot air defense systems and modern fighter jets in an address to other European leaders. He said they would be decisive components in the war. The Netherlands wants to buy dozens more Leopard 1 tanks for Ukraine, the Dutch press agency ANP reported, citing sources.